Yes. Welcome to this evening conversation, ladies. And tonight you are the pilot, if I were to say, of the conversation. Rather, let me not just say conversation, of a talk about father and daughter relationship. You will recall that on last Sunday, we celebrated Father's Day. And it is so appropriate tonight that we can have a conversation, we can have a chill conversation, you know.
Yes.
And friends, tonight we have Lauren, we have Azile and Qhama. They all of them agree that tonight they will just be themselves, share a bit about what is their understanding of a father. You know, what does a father mean to them? You know, and yeah, if you can, maybe I can start with Lauren. Lauren, I mean, what is your understanding of a father? You know, who is a father to you, and what does a father mean to you?
So for me, a definition of a father is someone that is there for you constantly in your life, that supports you through your ups and your downs, no matter what the situation is and how tough it is. The love that he gives you, the way he makes you laugh and the way he makes you smile. That is our father. You should have a tight and a special bond, like especially me and my father. Like I can joke around with him every day, and like I can be myself around him.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Lauren. I know I'm going to give you time. Okay, Brother Olden Chikaka, we thank you for Oldina. We thank you for your daughter this evening. Brother Chikaka, Miss Chikaka, the little princess of Chikaka this evening. I want to welcome you in this Zoom platform. And please forgive
I want to
us.
see the other girls.
Okay. Oldina.
He wants to say hello, kitty. Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thanking you.
Wonderful, thank you. Oldina, welcome to the conversation for this evening. And thank you for making just wait. I've got another guest, Sister Colette. She has just joined the meeting. Oldina, would you ask your dad and your mom on the other side to leave you, just give a space for the next 40-45 minutes so that you have they left you?
They said, get out. Yes.
Okay. So that we can have a quiet conversation this evening. Thank you. We have one of the parents here. Sister Colette, she has joined us this evening, but we will be having more conversation with the 4 young ladies only. Yes, Sister Colette, you may exit if you don't mind, or you can just listen. Yes, thank you so much. Lauren, you were saying, can you just repeat what you said? It sounds so beautiful what you were saying about what's your understanding of a father. What does a father mean to you?
So what I previously said, that a father is someone that should constantly be by your side. The type of bond and relationship that I have with my dad is like, he's my best friend. I can be super comfortable around him and I can talk to him about anything. We might not have like relate to sports or my TV shows that I have, but he he's like a super dad for me, and he always believes in me in what I do. All my choices, he supports me. He guided me from school up till now, up till work, he always gave me advice, and he was basically by my side every step that I took.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing with us. Okay, is there anyone, maybe I can ask Qhama, what is your understanding
Yeah.
of a
From my perspective and understanding of a father, fathers are like mothers to us, especially to me. My father is like my mother sometimes, not just because I lost my mother. My mother's still alive. She's still in perfect shape. She still have the prettiest smile. But the thing that I wrote on my page is that fathers are like mothers to us. They are our pillars in their emotional development, especially girls like us from the age of 13. We start experiencing things whereby we start to menstruate, we start having bad friends, we start doing things that's not reliable or anything. So our fathers can be always be there. As Lauren said, her father is like her best friend. She can be open to him at many times. And a father is employed to bring their children up in the ways of the Lord, to discipline them and to encourage, to comfort and instruct them. As you know from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, it says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord."
Oh, thank you, Mbali. Thank you so much. Oldina,
Yes.
welcome once again, my child, my daughter.
Thank you.
To you, what is a father? Who is a father? How can you describe a father?
I said that like a father is someone who loves you and doesn't like expect anything back. He guides you and what can I say? And he's like a role model to you. If you make bad choices, you can always like go to him and he will put you back in that path and you will never go again like away from him. He's like your own personal superhero.
No, Sid, thank you. Azile, feel comfortable. Just speak from your heart, don't worry to say, oh, my dad is asking me, he's asking the question. Just be yourself. Questions you're not close by. I will not pinch you, just say what you want to say. Who is the father? How can you describe a father for you?
Okay, so my understanding of a father is someone who teaches you to love, care, and respect other people. So I have learned a lot from my father, so I consider him as my role model and my hero. When I refer to my father, I refer to someone who gives me unconditional love at all times and does not expect anything in return.
Thank you so much, Azile. Azile, do you have an ideal picture of a father and why? Do you have another picture? Yes, that's what you just said. Do you have another ideal picture? Is there an ideal picture that you have in mind of a father?
Someone who is present. When I say present, I don't mean someone who's always by your side at every second of the day. I mean someone who you can go to when you feel down or sad, and also someone who listens to you and gives you advice, and someone who is strict but fair.
Wow. Okay, is there someone else here? I don't want to follow the sequence like I did earlier on, but Let me ask, okay, Mbali, you want to say something, your ideal picture of a father for you, to you?
My ideal picture of a father is someone who puts his family first at everything, because to me, family comes first at like any time of the day and any time of any minute or any second. Family comes first, and put your work aside and focus on your family, because children nowadays need love. They need affection from their father. They need support for not just themselves, but support them, support their decisions, and support their choices. And asking your children for the smallest reasons, like how was school, did you have fun, did you enjoy your friends, it would make your child much more happier and much more comfortable around you. That's an ideal of a father.
Wow. Lauren, what is your ideal picture? I mean, your ideal picture of a dad, of a father.
So my ideal picture of my father will obviously be my father. He he is one that can literally bright up anybody's day by and the talks that he gives you, like the support, the guidance. He's basically not he's basically like a mother figure. He he does everything that my mommy can technically do, just not cook. But he supports each and everyone in the family, and he is definitely our backbone because at the end of the day, he is the one that literally keeps everyone together.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Oldina, it's your turn. Girl.
Um, well, I wanna like my father name. What I wanted to say is that he he loves you. He loves you, and he doesn't let you get away with something bad. Like if you like murder someone, for an example, he will like turn you in, and he will be able to put you back in your place just by showing tough love and using his words. He won't need you to. He won't like need to hit you or anything to let you do it. He'll just need to be straightforward and say you don't do it, and then there is usually done that tough love and put you back in your place.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. So thank you so much. What comes to your mind? I mean, if you can share that, when someone talks about a dad, a father, what comes to mind? What comes out of your mind when someone speaks about a father? What do you think of?
You think of someone who will just be there any time of the day, whether it be in the middle of the night, like if you're at a party or somewhere, you will just be there anytime, like just snap your fingers and it'll be there.
It's me. It was a connection on my side. It was a connection. Can you all hear properly now? Is there anyone else who wants to talk about what comes to mind about a father? When you think of a father? Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move on. You know what? I ran out of battery here. Today is the first day that we're doing this, and please bear with me. I ran out of battery. I was connected here, and fortunately, I had a backup of this Wi-Fi. Do you all know what is gender-based violence? What is your understanding of? Okay, Mbali, you want to answer how can you tell other girls and young boys outside listening now?
My understanding of gender-based violence, I don't know yet. I'm still getting to understand it, but we all know what's happening in Cape Town recently. Many girls of our age are being raped, being murdered, and being sexually traumatized or being harassed. So when I say by sexual harassment is that my father sometimes can be protective and he can give me talks. We have those talks together where he tells me not to hang out with these people. I should be more vigilant out there because many people out there are not just your friends, and many people who think are your friends are not actually your friends. So in order for this pandemic that's happening, many girls are raped by their partners, by their uncles, by their own brothers and their own fathers. From my perspective is that my father was a policeman before, so his journey through a policeman was very strict. And you won't find me outdoors with my friends drinking alcohol. I would be sometimes indoors, sitting on my phone or watching TV, being bored. If I'm bored, he will do whatever it takes.
It's the network here. The network is a problem. It is really disappointing, but I can see all people are back except Azile is still trying to connect. Okay, sorry for that. I'm very sorry, but yeah, I think let's continue. Mbali, you finish, huh?
Yes, Dad.
Did you finish what you were saying? Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Lauren,
Yes.
do you want to make a comment? Do you want to make an input on your side as to your understanding of, do you understand gender-based violence? What is gender-based violence to you, in your understanding?
So I'm aware what is happening around us right now, and not only in South Africa, but overseas as well, with the George Floyd situation. It's not only females that are being abused, but males as well. And on my side, for my daddy that have two girls, it's probably tough for him out there, knowing if we are safe outside, we are our whereabouts, is school a safe, is work safe environment, because we don't know what's gonna happen if you're on your way somewhere, because I feel like anything can happen to you. And I just feel like from my side that females and kids like shouldn't be treated that, especially if you like innocent.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Azile, do you know what is gender-based violence and what is your understanding of it?
My understanding of gender-based violence is that people out there are being killed, raped, and abused. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, but gender-based violence is going on all around the world, not only in Africa.
Thank you. Thank you, Azile. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Oldina, do you know gender-based violence? And what is gender-based violence?
Well, I kind of know what it is. Like we like see it every day on the news, but I can't like put it into words. I don't know why, but I know how to like how we can find a way of trying to stop it and stuff. If that's fine, like
Yes.
because I think that in order for us to like feel safe, we can like help our like fathers can like help their children, like their sons, to grow up and to be more respectful of women and more sensitive about them. Like sometimes at school, like happened to my friend that those boys were like kicking and stuff. I don't even know why, but I wasn't there for her. So then she got like to report this, and the sir like helped her, but it would help if they knew that they weren't supposed to do that because she's like a girl and they're not supposed to do that and to have been more sensitive and stuff like that.
Reverend, your mic is muted, hey? Rev?
My goodness, thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
I tried to send you a message. Okay.
Okay, no, sorry. I was just saying, thank you for that, Colette, Sister Colette. Gender-based violence, what you were just saying, it is correct. You were saying the correct things, giving all the examples of violence that happens to young girls and women because they are women and young girls. Being hit, being raped because you're a woman. That is called gender-based violence. It's a violence, it's a crime that takes place to you because you are a female or you are a male. You are a woman or you are a man. The violence takes place because of that. You know, in the society, people will say there's a misconception that women are weak, men are strong. And men wants to overpower women and even rape them. Those cruel men that you were speaking about, that in the radio they were doing all those things. And it's a wrong thing. Gender-based violence, it's a wrong violence, it's a wrong thing. Whether someone uses vulgar language to you, you're walking in the street, this particular young boy, this man uses words that you don't like, the words that don't respect you, you know, those silly sentences that don't respect you. That is violence, gender-based violence. And that young man, that man saying all those words, all those languages, all those words that, you know, makes you to feel uncomfortable, that is a violence. It's a gender-based violence. Even before the person would say touches you, but how the person uses language that makes you to feel like you're uncomfortable. This language is wrong, you know. So tonight is not about that, the gender-based violence, but I actually throw it in because you have said that it's happening so much in the societies. And so I want to ask you a question. You know, all this violence, the killing, the abuse of women by cruel men, because you spoke about good men here this evening, about your fathers being your protectors, being the people who have unconditional love for you. But you also said this evening that there are boys who would kick you, there are men who would kill, you hear on the radio, you see on the TVs. Do you think fathers in general, in general, more and over than just your father at home? Do you think fathers in general, uncles, grandfathers, grandpas, can do something to reduce the rate of women and abuse of women? You know, you hear in TV that this woman in Bloemfontein, this woman in the Cape Flats, this young girl is missing. She was found raped and dead in Philippi. You know, we hear every day. Do you think fathers can do something to reduce and to end the killing and the abuse of women and young girls? Lauren, I will start with you.
Yes, definitely they can make a difference. It's yes, they are putting their lives at risk, but at least they are helping someone instead of seeing them or leaving them suffering. They are basically making a difference. Because if they aren't going to stand up, who is going to stand up for them?
So you are saying, can you just repeat how the fathers can contribute to reduce the violence and the killing of women?
I feel like petitions could be done.
Yes.
Campaigns, make the world, or let me say the community, a safer place for our females and our kids.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lorraine. Mbali, what do you think can the fathers do? Or do you think firstly fathers can assist to reduce and to end the violence against women and the killing of women by cruel men? Do you think fathers can do something? And what is it that you think they can do?
Yes, they can do something, and they can start by teaching their sons, educating their sons of understanding what rape is and what's the perspectives of rape, making petitions, as Lauren said, and make just like a group talk, teach the boys, because out there it's not just men that are raping women like us or young girls, it's also boys our age, because there's also a boy that's been recently reported that he sexually assaulted many, I think 6 girls from his school. So from my perspective is that men should gather around, not just teach their sons, but teach one another not to touch, because a woman is not a punching bag. Us as women, you should learn to respect women and to understand that if a person says no, then the person says no. There's no need to touch them or do inappropriate things, and that's it.
Thank you so much. Azile, do you think fathers can do something to end the violence and the killing of women and young girls? And what is it that they can do?
I don't know what to say because okay, but I think what men could do is
What? Okay, Azile, will come back to you as you are thinking what fathers can do to stop the killing of women and to stop the use of women and children. Oldina,
Yes.
what do you think? Do you think fathers can do something to stop and end this violence and these things that are so sad and tragic in the TV?
Yes, I can, like what Mbali said, that I can make group chats and tell each other that, like exactly what Mbali said, and also go around to schools and to universities and stuff like that. And also, they they can from the children from a young age tell them, that even a girl's wearing a skirt or anything, that they must just leave her and let her be, because she is not theirs and nothing, and like she doesn't just want them, and when she's going away must leave her, and they must know where, how to approach her, and like not to just touch her and stuff like that, if I'm making sense. And also to and also to tell each other, because to tell each other, to keep us safe and stuff like that.
No, thank you so much. Azile, do you want to say something?
I think that good men should set an example to young boys who are still growing up, not knowing what's happening, what's gender-based violence. I think they should do as Mbali and Oldina said, I think they should set an example, teach them how to treat women, how to respect women, how to love women, and not only teach boys, but also girls how to be respectful and
Beautiful.
how to...
Lauren?
Yes, Reverend.
Hey, we are so poor here in the Fumbas with a connection. We are so poor. Please excuse us.
No, it's all good.
Because I ran out of my data on my phone. The phone died, and this Wi-Fi here, it's a problem.
Okay, no, it's all fine.
We are going to wrap up now. We are wrapping up now. Azile, you were speaking, Anne? It was you who were speaking. Did you finish?
I was done.
Yeah, I think it's almost a time to go home. Okay, fine. I'm just going to ask the last question.
I think you must send him a thumbs up.
I'm going to ask the last question because I really cannot hear a thing. What does gender-based violence make you feel as young girls? Maybe one or two people who can answer, and there's this last question after that one. How does gender-based violence make you as a person you feel? How does it make you feel? How does the killing and the abuse of women and young and girls make you feel?
This
Oldina,
pandemic that's been...
Oh, Mbali is talking.
From what you have said, Reverend, as a girl and as a young woman who is growing and experiencing these things, I am very scared, and it's depressing to see videos of young children being raped and the pictures, because people has this thing of taking pictures of our people being raped and they post it on social media. It's very depressing to see our young girls being raped, for not just because men out there, they seem that by wearing short things, as Oldina said, not just by wearing short things or crop tops, it means that we want you or something like that. We don't. It's our way of wearing things. And yes, it's depressing because there was this other night I was praying to God for there to be a change in the men out there, for God to change them for being who they are. And we all know that men are not all men, we all know that not all men are rapists. And yes, that's all that I have to say.
Wants to answer that question for Rev? Lauren, do you want to say something? We'll try and capture what you say and just the message.
Hey, I don't have much to say, but all that I can say
How do
is
you feel?
how I feel towards that is kind of sad to see how females and the girls that are going through. Like, I feel like no one deserves to be treated or traumatized for the rest of their lives, because I feel like no one deserves it. So it's traumatizing for a female to not know like what is the next step. Is she dressed appropriately before she leaves the house? Or what are people gonna think about her? So yes, so the way I feel is I feel sad about it.
Okay, Azile, do you want to say what you feel? Azile, can you hear me? Okay, Oldina, I think you must speak.
This thing here, actually.
Well, it's like now soon I'm gonna be going back to school, and like my skirt is like kind of pretty short, so I'm like scared to like go walking to school because I don't know what will happen when I'm going to school, because like there's a train station I still need to cross to get to school, and like lots of bad things have been happening there so far. So yeah, it is kind of making me scared just to go back to school for that reason.
Okay, Azile, what do you think about the violence?
All of this violence is making me feel scared, and not only from me, but other girls are starting to gain hate for men, even for the innocent men who have done nothing, but they are starting to hate. It's making me traumatized. I'm even scared to go to the shop or even outside.
Okay. All right. I assume that everyone has had an input. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are God sent, Sister Colette, this evening. Because for some reason, my iPad, I can't hear a thing. I can just see green. I can see people speaking. But the last question for the night, and I'm so privileged to be part of your sacred space in terms of sharing something closer to your hearts. And the fact that, you know, you've shared, I can say tonight that all of you, young and elderly princesses, that you are one of the few blessed young girls around, if I will speak about the country. You have the support of your parents, both your parents. And I want to ask, maybe you want, without saying much, but just what do you want to say to other girls and boys outside there who don't have the privilege, who don't have the opportunity to have the fathers in their own space like you do? You know, I know some of them, they don't even have uncles, you know, around them, you know, to help them to experience a father. So what do you want to say? I want to believe that you agree with me to say that you would continue to want to share your fathers in the way in which you treat others. So, short question, what is your message of hope to other girls specifically who don't have father figures in their lives? What do you want to say? Can you say words of wisdom, words of encouragement to other girls who don't have fathers in their lives?
Can I speak? Okay.
Oldina?
Yeah, I just want to say that when you're at school, your male teachers can be your father because like you are with them most of the time, so they can also be your father, and they can also like just go down on their knees and talk to God because He's also our father. So basically, everyone around us who you trust is your father. Don't need someone specifically who lives in your house to be your father.
Thank you. Thank you, Oldina.
Lauren, message to girls?
I just want to say, I don't actually know what to say, but I'll say something that for girls that doesn't have a father figure in their life, I'm sure that there is someone that is hearing them out. It might not even be someone grown up, but like a close friend, because you'd never know if that close friend speaks to a father figure and that father figure or male gives them advice to give to their friends. So all that I want to say is do not give up when they feel like they are alone. And if they do have mothers, their mother is playing both roles in their lives to be a mother and a father to them.
Anyone else? Azile?
So to all the girls out there who don't have fathers, I just want to say that there is God, your spiritual father, and he might not be visible to you, but he is there at all times and will and give you all the father love you deserve.
Thank you.
Mbali.
Thank you, Sister Colette. You don't know how you have brought a fragrance this evening. I really don't know, as you could have seen on the screen, that I keep on disconnecting audio and connecting audio, nothing happens. But at least you can hear me on the other side. I want to say thank you very much to all of you. And we are going to have the follow-up conversation. And hopefully by then, the setup, I will try to use the Wi-Fi in church. And I'm very sorry. I'm really sorry. It's been a struggle on my side with my gadgets here. But you've been so good. And as I said, I recorded you, all the conversation, as permission given by you at the start of this conversation. I will be sharing the conversation soon now on the YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. So yeah, you've been good. You are brave. And let me say something, Lauren. Thank you so much. Hey,
no
you just
problem.
flow so smoothly into the conversation on the very last hour, and then
That's
you were
all
speaking from
fine.
your heart.
No
Thank you,
problem,
Oldina.
Ethan.
Thank you for the passion. Thank you for being frank. Thank you for saying things as they are. There are many stuff, hard stuff that you spoke about, and also soft stuff that you spoke about. The hard stuff that you spoke about, we will be unpacking them. I will be referring you back to some of the stuff we can unpack them. You know, some of the other experiences that you shared here, you know, of your friends at schools and your understanding will unpack. Tonight was the very first brand new. You are brave women. You are so brave. Mbali, thank you. Azile, thank you so much. Thank you to our parent teacher here, Sister Colette. Thank you very much. And friends, you must have a wonderful evening. And I'm going to ask Sister Colette to do a closing prayer for us. Thank you.
Yeah. Put the video on. Hi girls, hi Reverend. I'm sorry that I didn't show my face earlier. I'm baking cookies. Reverend, you can come fetch some. Okay girls, can we say a prayer quickly? Lord, we come this evening and we thank you for the initiative. We thank you for an open door to talk about your people and what struggles they are going through. And also, Lord, to stand as one with other young girls who are not as privileged as we are, to have fathers who love us, protect us, and are always there for us. Lord, I ask you to make it known to all girls, and especially these girls and the girls that they will come into contact with, that you are their Father in heaven, that you shine your light upon their lives. And if they feel your Holy Spirit in their heart, that they follow you, and you will be that father figure to guide them and to be their support and their strength. Thank you, Lord, for Reverend and the work that he does. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Megan, I see you. Megan, I see you. Hello. Friends, I did not hear, but the Spirit will interpret to me, you know, even in my sleep. Good night. Stay beautiful. Stay firm. Stay courageous. I love you so much. Megan, you are next in the next conversation. I'm just warning you, Megan. Bye.
Bye, girls. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Ciao.
Bye.